Father, I am not meant for this. I stand in the rain, dumbfounded and searching, wiping myself from my eyes. No matter how still I become, I am still spinning. I see myself in everything, crawling, yawning, swimming, digging, knowing I have a before, only after.
My name is Qua, and I am the child of 2 immigrant parents from Vietnam. Maybe I was just naturally rebellious, or our values for my life never really aligned, but my parents and I have never seen eye to eye. They wanted for me stability and a career in STEM, whereas I wanted adventure and anything to do with Western philosophy. Because of this, we've never truly bonded over anything. I've never told them anything personal about myself and never really expressed my emotions around them, all in fear of ridicule or criticism. But I sought to change this. With my parents getting older and time constantly moving forward, I figured that if I didn't open up to them now, then I never would. For the next 2 weeks, I'll be traveling with my family, our first trip in 2 years. Maybe with an extended amount of time together, we can finally learn to see past our differences. I'm gonna be honest, I was pretty nervous when this trip started. Being in school for most of the year, I don't get the opportunity to see my family all too often. Even when I do, there's never too much to talk about, so we just end up doing our own things. But now, I'll be spending hours with them every day for 14 days.
Do you think I care about your new job and your new hair? Do you think I cry about your new friends?
This journey began in Seattle, Washington.
Well, I do.
And just like that, everything I wanted started to work out. All the fears that I once had just seemed to fade away. I was finally bonding with my parents, something that I've never done before. I don't know if it was just the facade of adventure or whether what I was experiencing was truly genuine, but regardless, I was happy to be around the people that gave me everything. Everything I've told you has been a lie. Do what makes you happy, they say, but only if we approve of it. My parents have always been pretty conservative when it comes to what makes a happy life. You your traditional 9 to 5, stable income, retire by 50 sort of thing. But being as stubborn as I am, I never agreed with them. We've bickered, we've screamed, we've cried and said things to each other maybe that we shouldn't have. I hated them for never understanding, condescending my values, making me feel like I would never be good enough for them. It was because of this that we've never been close. Yeah, we don't have much in common, but we've never had a foundation to make something in common. Over time, I began to isolate myself from them, refusing to oblige to their jurisdiction, and eventually, we grew apart, becoming strangers living under a single roof. As I pursued my dreams in philosophy and videography, I couldn't help but to wish for acceptance among my parents as their only son. It hurt to be cast aside, and I swore in their name to prove that I can make them proud, but in my 20 years of existence, I've never been more wrong. To realize that it wasn't a matter of my parents never understanding me, but rather I've never tried to understand them. During our trip, we stopped by Vancouver to meet up with an old friend of my dad's, Camilla's. Born in Sri Lanka, but regardless, him and my dad were still brothers. You see, they used to be old dorm mates back when they were just students studying in Switzerland, thousands of miles away from their families. For years, they only had each other, and I had the privilege to hear the stories of what my dad's life was like before me. I heard about the pot of spaghetti that would last them days, their dorm room that somehow always smelled like sweaty socks, the bike rides they would take together through the Swiss Alps, and everything in between. I learned about the lives my parents led together in Switzerland from someone that saw my dad as his own family. Someone that isn't even his own blood. For years, I've been blessed with the privilege of the hard work my parents have given me, yet I've still somehow failed to acknowledge their humanity, seeing them only as guardian figures when in reality they were once people just as you and I, attempting to find what it is that makes life worth suffering for. They feared the dreams I held, not in ridicule of my values, but out of their love for my future, attempting to protect me from the hardships that they once went through. All this time, I believe they only thought of themselves when they just wanted to be confident that I'll be able to succeed even when they aren't here on this earth anymore. You continued to put up with me when I neglected you, pushed you away, thought my life would be better without any of you in it just because we disagreed, but none of that actually mattered. I despised myself for treating you so poorly despite the unconditional love you've continued to show me time after time again. I don't deserve to have parents like you, to be cared for and to be nurtured when I can't even look at you in the eyes when I speak because I'm scared we'll never understand, but I don't know because I've never tried. You deserved a better child, one that would follow the rules, wouldn't talk back, schedule their dentist appointments on time, and you kept reminding me because you loved me, but I refused to listen. The amount of times I must have disappointed you. Let you down, question my love for you. I don't know if there's any way for me to express my sorrows for how I've treated you. There's still one thing that I've yet to do. Something that I've never told my parents. I'm not one to keep secrets, but I can never seem to find the right time. Maybe I was scared of how they'd react, or even if they'd still see me the same, but I don't think I can afford to wait any longer.
And all I think about is you. Now you start to hate me. Maybe one day we will be friends again or enemies. And do you even miss me? Are you doing fine? 'Cause I'm just stuck on you. Yeah, you found somebody new. If you do approach me, I wonder what I'd say. Would I keep it all inside? Or would I just break down and cry?
I know I'm not the best at showing my emotions to you, or even being a good son, for that matter, but I can promise you now, I'll try my best to show you just how much I care. Mom, Dad, I love you. I always have, and I always will.